Hey, we're here to answer a couple of jargon questions that we get asked a lot in the real estate industry. So,
I'm Mariana.
I'm Wagner with the Artisan Group at Keller Premier Realty.
And the question we get is, what is the difference between appreciation, depreciation, and deceleration when it comes to property values?
So, what is appreciation? I think that's the biggest one.
So appreciation is you buy the house at a certain price, and after X amount of time, how much is that house now worth? If it's more than what you paid for it, it means it appreciated. Now, appreciation can happen slowly or quickly.
Yeah, and typically, with a healthy real estate market is somewhere between 3 and 6% per year. And they typically say 4 is a really good seller's market, a good appreciation market. A healthy economy is 4 to 5. That's really healthy.
Yeah. And we usually see with that means that if you bought a house, in about 3 years, you could sell it for a profit.
Yes, that's exactly right.
That's generally what that means.
Now, in about the last 3 years, we've seen insane appreciation. I mean, insane, 18%, 20%, and 12% over the last 3 years. Each year was more crazy than the next year.
If you were a first-time home buyer in the last few years, you may think that's what normal appreciation is. And it's not. It's lucky appreciation. It's insane. It's bonkers. It's over the moon appreciation. So depreciation. What is depreciation?
I feel like it's the opposite, and that does happen. We've seen that in 2008 or 2006 through 2010, where if you bought a home, it was likely to depreciate or go down in value. Say if you purchased a home for $200,000 and in 2 years it was worth $170,000, it depreciated in value.
Correct.
Yep.
Now, I would like to say that historically, and even if you account for that time, over a period of any 7 years, your house will appreciate. But it takes that 7 years to see that, because sometimes there is those moments of depreciation inside of that 7 years. But if you wait that 7 years, you are going to be able to sell for a profit.
If you bought at the worst time,
mm-hmm.
And I think the very, very, very height of the market was March or April of 2006.
Yeah.
Which has been a little bit when I pulled those numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the first or second quarter of 2006. If you bought it then, but then sold in 7 years, you still made money.
Correct. Yes. So depreciation can happen, but it's historically has never been a long-term thing. But that's what depreciation is you buy it, and then after a certain amount of time, instead of your property going up in value, it went down in value. So what's deceleration then?
That's when you hit the brake on acceleration or
appreciation. Yeah. You're like, the seatbelt catches you like that.
That's kind of what we're feeling right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is where we're having, last year we had 18 or 20%
something ridiculous, yeah.
And we're slowing down to 5 to 8%, which it feels like you're slamming on the brakes.
It feels like you're losing money, right, but you're just not gaining it as fast as you have been in the past few years.
Especially if you're looking at Zillow, because Zillow is looking at matrices that will tell you, that your house is worth so much more than what we could probably get for on the open market right now today. So it feels as if you lost a bunch of money.
Yeah, but Zillow's kind of arbitrary too. They're a neat place to look at houses and things, but they're not an appraisal company. And when it comes to value, I mean, I think by now most people understand when it comes to value, Zillow is just kind of like a guesstimate. So we talked about appreciation going up in value, depreciation going down in value, and deceleration, you're still going up in value, but it's at a slower pace. And we're kind of hitting the normal, or I guess, what we're used to before the last few years right now. So now let's talk about what you were talking about, amortization. What is amortization?
That's when you're buying down, you're making your monthly mortgage payment, so long as it's not an interest-only mortgage payment. You're making your mortgage payment and you're paying off the principal balance. That's amortization.
Yes.
And that's one of the great ways of building wealth here in the U.S. also is in Canada, is you can actually buy off or pay off your mortgage, depending on your length of the mortgage, 15, 30 years. So as every month goes by, you're paying off a little bit of your mortgage.
So the difference between amortization and appreciation is how much you bought the home for compared to what it's worth now. Amortization adds to that because now how much you owe on the home compared to what it sells for now. Now you're going to have even more profit at the end of when you decide to sell.
Yep, that's it.
So that I feel like that answers those questions. If you need more clarification or if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out.
Yeah, and always please feel free to share our videos with your family, loved ones,
Your neighbors, your coworkers.
Anybody who may find this video helpful.
Thanks again for watching.